Now, as if gold teeth, gold dust, and manna weren't enough, there was still one thing left to come that completely wrapped my mind in a knot. This. What you're looking at are 50-carat gemstones that have appeared out of thin air. These things are falling all over the world. Apparently, jewelers have looked at some of these and they can't seem to figure out what they are. The main problem they're having is that they're simply too perfect. They contain no flaws. They aren't cubic zirconium, they aren't man-made, and they lack certain features that most gemstones have. Some are growing, others have multiplied in front of people's eyes, and some have fallen already set in gold. Now, it's one thing to hear the stories, but quite another when I'm filming and I get a tap on my shoulder telling me that some gemstones just fell in the front. So I grab my camera, trample over people yet again, and there they are. Now I know what you're thinking. How do I know all these people are telling the truth? Well, I don't. But if you look at it logically, everyone lying seems even more irrational than if they're actually telling the truth. I mean, why lie about gold teeth? Especially when most people just think you're nuts. Why would someone go around sprinkling gold dust on random, unsuspecting people or in their Bibles? Why would these people lie about manna? The obvious answer is simply to try and trick people, but to what end? I mean, no one's trying to sell these gemstones. No one's making money off gold teeth or gold dust.
It's something that helps us get in touch with the importance of being childlike. You know, unless you become like little children, you cannot even enter into the kingdom of God. And so, you know, just like Luke chapter 10 there, we don't want to be too sophisticated. These things are hidden from the wise and learned and revealed to little children. And I don't think you have to throw your brains away and just be gullible and all that kind of stuff. But I think we're expected to have faith in God and believe that nothing's impossible with Him. And we just say, well, hey, heaven's streets are paved with gold. What's the big deal? God puts gold in your mouth. You know, it's all in heaven, isn't it? The gates of pearl and the jewels and gemstones all through the
gates,
the walls, and
amazing.
On and on. And so
sometimes things then happen that are weird, but one must remember that the word weird and the word normal only makes sense within a framework. It's only within a paradigm or a grid that the word normal makes sense. And it's only within a paradigm or a grid that the word weird makes sense. I think God has been giving myself and the people in our church a new normal, which means He's been reshaping our paradigm. He's been giving us a new lens by which to view reality through. And we're finding this very, very exciting and very, very moving, and sometimes difficult and challenging.
If we have trouble with this stuff, it might just be because it's way outside our grid of understanding, but that doesn't necessarily make it not true. If there's one thing God was showing me in all this, it's that as far as grids go, He doesn't really have one. Now, the signs and wonders that I had seen obviously raised certain questions. If they were real, and I had no reason to believe that they weren't, these people didn't want anything, they weren't asking for money, they just wanted people to know how amazing God is, then I had some adjusting to do in my own personal theology. I guess I always knew miracles happened, but I always thought they were simple, clean things that didn't challenge me in any way. But then, when I look at the life of Jesus, well, He challenged everyone's way of thinking, especially the religious people. But more than being willing to accept a God who is more unpredictable and, quite frankly, more fun than I had ever imagined him being, was the nagging question that now consumed my every thought. Could there possibly be more to this Christian life than what I'd always known? Could there be more to it than simply going to church, trying to be a good person, and trying to talk people into believing in Jesus? Could the power of God actually be expected of me?